Hey guys, I wanted you guys to see the setup before we got started. Let's see. Hey Gigi, welcome in. Billy Cody, Wild Faith, welcome in. Good to see everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Samantha, right? My mom meant when she said we have camp at home. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, Wild Faith. Yeah, I thought, yeah, the little, our little lamp at the bottom there. Oh, that's right. It's May 4th today. May the 4th be with you. Usually at work is where we hear it a lot because of all the teachers that love the Star Wars series. Oh, Bing Bong in the tent? Yeah. I think it would. I thought about it, but I think it would, my back would give out. Hey, Dartini, welcome in. Thank you so much, Dartini. I appreciate it. The what technology can do for us. I love this whole moon thing, right? Yeah, the cricket sounds. You can find anything on YouTube. It's got the moon and crickets at the same time. Oh, Bing Bong, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I thought it would make it fun. I wanted you guys to see the little tent. Let me shift this down a little. So inside, I just have the books stored, and I have the I have the little salt rock in there. Hey, Cindy, yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I thought it would be fun. Let me adjust this to do a whole camping. Uh, hey, Prince Airflip, welcome in. I love it. Yeah, we decided that we were going to change back. We bought back some of our favorite ornaments from the spring. We have our butterflies here. We have our bees. We have our fireflies. We'll be putting more of our ornaments around here. So thank you so much. Yeah, we got camp right at home. Exactly. Right? Gigi, that's so funny. We have camp at home. We do. So I'm just using it as the inside as a storage place. And the cats love it. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We'll just wait until the room gets filled up. Hey, just relax. Welcome in. Right. That's like right. It's bug free. Yep. It's so funny. I love it. How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody's weekend? Hopefully everybody is well rested. Hey, Lauren, welcome in. I would come in my house anyway, right? Yeah, set it up outside, but it was too scary to be outside. Aw, Prince Harvard. I was feeling evil, but then you said it was thinking. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, Lauren, for the gift. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so this little tent, it's like a little reading tent. It's for kids, but I thought, it's a good prop. It was cheap too. I think it was like $50. Um, oh, I appreciate that. And it comes with these little lights. You can put the lights around the opening. But I bought these little lantern lights for the theme. So I thought it'd be fun. And we clipped some of our ornaments on here, our camp themed ornaments. It would, yes, Gigi, I love it. Yeah. They have Prince Hairflip. Yep, they've been coming inside, looking around. I think I'm gonna put a pillow in there for them. I have some throws that we could add there. So thank you so much, Just Relax. I appreciate it. Yeah, we need a TikTok live movie night, right? I know, with the TV in the background. Hopefully, we'll shift some of the screens in the back. They have one where if you leave it on long enough, you get to see the different phases of the moon, which I thought was really fun. Yeah, it's very cozy. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. And then I have a good light here so I can see. We don't have to use the main light. That way we could keep it dark in here for the camping vibes. Hopefully it works out. Thank you, Just Susie. Welcome in. Really? It looks so real. Thank you. Yeah, we'll keep the speaker covered for a bit. We'll weave some camping books in throughout. Hey, Bushlammy, welcome in. Hey, Natalia, welcome in. Let's set our goal. I love this setup today. Yes, bug free. Let's set our goal tonight for 55.55. 55.55. I think it should be fun. Just relax. Yes, we will. We will. We'll get a lot of inspiration from it. But today we went to the library. We got a new haul. We got a new library haul. Let me show you guys. A bag full of new books. Oh, Gigi, that's good. Yes, 55.55. And then we don't want to do without the tea. We got ourselves a new little cart too. So we'll have the tea and the candle here as well. One book you read by one of the members here the other day. Natalia, it's Mr. Wormy. It's by Maria Parker. Mr. Wormy, Maria Parker. Yeah. Yeah, we got a holiday change. You'll read if I'm like, oh, thank you so much, Clay Logan. Hey, Clay Logan, welcome back. Is that numerical correct? You mean the 55.55? Clay Logan, right? Hey, Christina, welcome in. Yeah, we got this new little cart too. We could put our, I didn't want to do without the candles. And then now we're able to display our glitter collection. Oh, hey, Dan, you're on vacation. Exciting. We're able to display our glitter collection here at the bottom. And our paints, and then we have some books down here. Yes, we love a good moon. You're right, Cleveland. We forgot to mention that. We love a good moon on our lives. Hey, Maria, welcome in. Yes, so the person who was asking about Maria's book, Maria's on right now. Leo. Leo is nice. Oh, lavender bergamot. I have, what is mine? Palo Santo and sage. The lavender bergamot smells really good. I love a good lavender bergamot. It smells really good. I know, the weekend goes by so fast, huh? Did I tell you, Sonia? No, I didn't. No, we, I think about your, was it your aunt that passed? I'm on my regular account right now, my author account is. Oh, okay, perfect. Yes, Christina. Yeah, we found out that day we were here. Gigi, you're not ready for this thing. How's everything going? How's the family taking it? Christina? All right, let's go ahead and get started. We found at the library today We're going to add to our Bear-Stained Bears and our little critter books. Hey, K. Armstrong, welcome in. A new character, one that some of you might be familiar with. Curious George. We found the Curious George stash at the local library, so we're going to be reading this today. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, we love a good Curious George. We love a good end page. Curious George walking on the electrical lines. By H.A. Ray. This is George. He lived in Africa. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. We love a good Curious George story. Always very curious. One day, George saw a man. He had on a large yellow straw hat. The man saw George too. What a nice little monkey, he thought. I would like to take him home with me. He put his hat on the ground, and of course, George was curious. He came down from the tree to look at the large yellow hat. So there's the man with the yellow hat, and there's Curious George. The hat had been on the man's head. George thought it would be nice to have it on his own head. He picked it up and put it on. I didn't know that there was an introduction to Curious George. Like, how do we meet the two characters? How do we meet the two characters? The hat covered George's head. He couldn't see. The man picked him up quickly and popped him into a bag. George was caught. Moonlight Fizzles, yeah, it's a really good one. This is our introduction into the Curious George storyline. The man with the big yellow hat put George into a little boat, and a sailor rowed them both across the water to a big ship. George was sad, but he was still a little curious. So the man with the big yellow hat kidnaps him, which in these days would not be legal. And they're going to take him off. They're going to take little George to this boat here. On the big ship, things began to happen. The man took off the bag. George sat on a little stool, and the man said, George, I'm going to take you to a big zoo in a big city. You will like it there. Now run along and play, but don't get into trouble. George promised to be good, but it is easy for little monkeys to forget. So he captures him, puts him in the boat, and is going to put him in the zoo. And at one point, we used to think that the zoo would be a fun place for them. But our ideas have changed. But it's still okay because it's Curious George. Yeah, definitely kidnapped. On the deck, he found some seagulls. He wondered how they could fly. He was very curious. Finally, he had to try. It looked easy, but... So there he is, going to the deck. He sees the seagull. Tries to do the same thing. Oh, what happened? First, this, and then this. So he jumped off the boat thinking he could fly, and he fell right in to the sea. Alabama did have a kangaroo loose on the highway the other day. Oh my gosh, really? Oh, yikes. Where is George? The sailors looked and looked. At last, they saw him struggling in the water and almost fall tired out. So they're the sailors. They're looking for George. There's George there at the bottom. Hey, Maria, welcome in. Yes. Man overboard, the sailors cried as they threw him a lifeboat. George caught it and held on. At last, he was safe on board. Man overboard, so they threw him over. Look at, he's throwing up all the water with the fish. After that, George was more careful to be a good monkey until, at last, the long trip was over. George said goodbye to the kind sailors, and he and the man with the yellow hat walked off the ship onto the shore and into the city to the man's house. I love these drawings. They're very 1950s. These sailor outfits and these barrels. And then we love a good cat. And then we have a boat. Almost looks like the Titanic. After a good meal and a good pipe, George felt very tired. You fed him. Look at George sitting there. And in his pajamas. Yes, very vintage. Yeah, the origin story, I'm not familiar with it too much. It's very interesting. He crawled into bed and fell asleep at once. There he is asleep. He's got a nice little setup there. Mr. George. The next morning, the man telephoned the zoo. George watched him. He was fascinated. Then the man went away. George was curious. He wanted to telephone to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What fun. So there he is at his desk calling the zoo. Man went away. We don't know the man's name yet. We just know that his name is Man. But we know his name is George. Curious George. Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. George had telephoned at the first station. The firemen rushed to the telephone. Hello, hello, they said, but there was no answer. Then they looked for the signal on the big map that showed where the telephone call had come from. They didn't know it was George. They thought it was a real fire. So the firemen were called by George. Oh, I appreciate that. Just relax. Hurry, hurry, hurry. The firemen jumped onto the fire engines and onto the hook and ladders. Ding dong, ding dong. Everyone out of the way. Hurry, hurry, hurry. So there you have the firemen racing over to say George. Oh, his name is Man in the Yellow Hat. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. George decided. He did, huh? Well, me. The firemen rushed into the house. They opened the door. No fire, only a naughty little monkey. Oh, catch him, they cried. George tried to run away. He almost did, but he got caught in the telephone wire. And there they are, getting to the front. There's the office. And he's creating all that mischief. A thin fireman caught one arm and a fat fireman caught the other. You fooled the fire department, they said. We will have to shut you up where you can't do any more harm. They took him away and shut him in prison. That's a little drastic. And then pull the fire alarm. Yes, just relax. That usually happens at the end of the year too. And they put him in prison. George wanted to get out. He climbed up to the window to try the bars. Just then, the watchman came in. He got on the wooden bed to catch George, but he was too big and heavy. the bed tipped over and the watchman fell over. And, quick as lightning, George ran out through the open door. So he tricked him. Got him to open that door up. And the second he had a chance, he left. Gigi, I love it. He hurried through the building and out onto the roof. And then he was lucky to be a monkey. Out he walked onto the telephone wires. Quickly and quietly over the guard's head, George walked away. He was free. So he jumps out of the prison. There we see him walking on the telephone wires. Always have to have a good cat in children's literature. Here we have somebody, looks like the guardsman, the prison. Yeah, just relax. And elementary too. Down in the street outside the prison wall stood a balloon man. A little girl bought a balloon for her brother. George watched. He was curious again. He felt he must have a bright red balloon. He reached over and tried to help himself. So as soon as he gets out of prison, he sees the balloons. There's the man selling the balloons to the little kids. And he wants one of these bright red balloons. Instead of one balloon, the whole bunch broke loose. And in an instant, the wind whisked them all away, and with them went George, holding tight with both hands. So there he was on the fence. He grabbed that and ended up flying away. Up he sailed, higher and higher. The houses looked like toy houses, and the people looked like dolls. George was frightened. He held on very tight. So get this aerial perspective of George in the sky looking down in the sea. Look at all the city people, all the buildings, and the balloons carrying him away. At first, the wind blew in great gusts. Then it quieted. Finally, it stopped blowing altogether. George was very tired. Down he went, bumped onto the top of the traffic light. Everyone was surprised. The traffic got all mixed up. George didn't know what to do. And then he heard someone call, "George!" He looked down and saw his friend, the man with the big yellow hat. So he ended up on this telephone pole. Got everybody in an accident. And there's the man with the big yellow hat. Right? Definitely. I believe I can fly. George was very happy. The man was happy too. George slid down the post, and the man with the big yellow hat put him under his arm. Then he paid the balloon man for all the balloons. And then George and the man climbed into the car, and at last, away they went. So he ended up getting him, paid the man for the balloons, and took him on. Sassy garbage can, not yet. After our first read. To the zoo. What a nice place for George to live. So they finally put him in the zoo with the balloons and all the other animals. Hey, Victoria, welcome in. A really good weekend. Thank you so much. The end. Curious George. Curious George was my nickname when I was... Oh, was it Victoria? That's right. Yes, Sassy Garbage Channel. We're glad to have you early. All right, let's take a vote for Curious George. A good way to start the live with our new camping theme. I'm going to lower the crickets down just a little. Our new camping theme for the next month, maybe month and a half. Curious George. Let's rate Curious George. Our goal tonight is 55.5. We're glad to have you, Victoria. Let's set the timer for 1 minute so we can get to our goal. Hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. You guys are already at 20K. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate that. Wild Faith 10, Sassy Garbage Can 10, Gigi 10, Billy Cody 10, Prince Hairflip 10, Aaron 10, Maria 10. I love this new theme almost. Oh, did Sassy Garbage Can? Oh, good. We always need to start out fresh. We always need some new inspiration. We don't want to get stuck in, we don't want to stall. We don't want to get stuck because then, oh, you didn't hear that one? We'll probably read it again. Oh, you thought we were outside. We'll probably read it again during the West Coast read. Hey, Liz, welcome in. Welcome back from vacation. Liz was on vacation in Michigan. Did you have a good time, Liz? Who else? Oh, Billy Cody, how are you feeling? I know, Billy Cody, you were not feeling well. You were in the hospital. So, oh, thank you so much, Liz. I really appreciate it. Billy Cody, how are you doing? Just Susie, how are you doing? How's everything with the house going? We need to catch up on everybody. How's everybody doing? Oh, and we need to pour the tea. I wasn't sure where we were going to move the tea or if we should drink tea during the summertime, but we're still going to keep it because over here in California, it's still cold in June. Yes, no bugs and no rain. Yes, Maria, we love a good tea. Mm-hmm. Oh, Sassy Garbage Head, you started a crochet? Oh, nice. What are you going to make? Christina, you were crocheting as well, weren't you? A couple of people were crocheting. That's going to be eventually one of the things that I start. We got this fun little cart because I wasn't sure where we were going to put our tea and candles. So I went searching through Target today and I found it. Mm-hmm. Oh, Maria's a knitter. Oh, fun. You should do the Asmer reading, book reading. Yes, Gigi. We should do like an after hours one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good setup. It's a good setup. Total camping vibes. We love a good camp. The best thing too is that we can use this as our canvas. We can put our art projects on here. Probably fall asleep right before it starts, right? I love it. Okay, that is our minute. We made 2,000K likes. Let's go ahead and look in the stats and see what else we have. We got a really good book called, oh, you know what we should do? We should read, we do have the Bears Named Bears. The one with Mama. Since Mother's Day is next weekend, next Sunday is Mother's Day already. Stories to share with Mama Bear. Gosh, can you guys believe it? Time is going by so fast. It's already gonna be May. It's already May. Yeah, we love a good granny hobby. We read the first story, which was Mama's New Job. Now we're going to read Bears Sing Bears, The Bad Habit. Bears Sing Bears, The Bad Habit. Habits and ticks. When cubs start to twitch or to scratch or to nibble, what they need is some help, not a lecture or a quibble. Sister Bear, who lived with her mama, papa, and brother in the big tree house down a sunny dirt road deep in bear country, had been going to school for quite a while. Is that it? First, there had been nursery school, which was pure fun, playing with dolls and blocks, rolling clay snakes, and scribbling with crayons. Okay, so here's Sister Bear. I love this intro that they used for this story. Sister Bear, who lived with her mama, papa, and brother in the big tree house down a sunny dirt road deep in bear country, had been going to school for quite a while. It's a good introduction. Next had come kindergarten. That was fun too. There were marching games and rhythm bands. She also learned a lot of numbers in kindergarten, and most of all, the alphabet. So we're getting a really quick, yes, Gigi, exactly. A real quick synopsis of who Sister Bear is. Now, Sister was in first grade. Regular school was different. It was still fun, and she liked Teacher Jane very much, but it wasn't all fun. There was quite a lot of work, spelling, number problems, all kinds of things. In regular school, you have to concentrate. And sometimes when you concentrate, you form little nervous habits. That's what happened to some of the cubs in Teacher Jane's class. Okay, so first grade got a little more complicated. Hey, Ronnie Graver, welcome in. Oh, thank you so much. Lizzie twirled her fur, twirl, twirl, twirl. Freddie scratched his head, scratch, scratch, scratch. Norman sucked his thumb, suck, suck, suck. And Sister nibbled her nails, nibble, nibble, nibble. Little nervous ticks when things start getting a little bit too complicated. Before she knew it, she had nibbled them down to nubbins. In fact, she nibbled them down so far that some of her fingers were getting sore. So she would bite her fingernails. She's getting really nervous. Yes, Natalia saying, mine comes in the form of chocolate. I always buy a bag of chocolate at the beginning of the month as incentives for the kids, but I end up eating them all. I get stressed out at work. Oh dear, said Mama Bear to Sister when the cubs got home from school one day. You've nibbled your nails down to nubbins. In fact, you've nibbled them clean off. How did it happen? I'm not exactly sure, Mama, Sister said, but some of them are getting sore. I love that little moment. Right, Natalia? I know, I love that word, nubbins. Said Mama. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll put a little medicine on the sore ones and bits of adhesive tape on all of them. That will remind you not to nibble and will give them a chance to grow back. The bits of tape helped Sister remember not to nibble, but they also got in the way when she tried to do certain things. It's very hard to hold a pencil with tape all over your fingertips, or change the channel, or scratch when you have an itch. And when Sister tried to play jacks, she couldn't get any higher than twosies. So there's Mama. She's being a good mama, helping her out. She puts tape on her little fingertips here. But she gets a little, they get in the way. She's trying to do like everyday things. She can't play jacks. Mama Bear. But worst of all, the bits of tape told the whole world that Sister Bear was a nail biter. Guys, I love this picture. Look at, she's coming out of the tree. All the forest friends looking at her. The squirrel here. The bunnies. And the frogs. They're not being very nice, are they? We have listeners. The different ways of saying it and spelling it. Yeah, the squirrels definitely. The next morning when Sister lined up for school, Lizzie Bruin and some others began pointing and teasing. Sister nibbles her nails. Sister nibbles her nails. It didn't take Sister long to decide to pull off those bits of tape. And without the tape, she forgot to remember not to nibble. She forgot during school, and she forgot on the bus, and even forgot as she and brother climbed off the bus. Uh-oh. So there's everybody picking on her. Aw, Sister Bear. She's getting picked on. So she decides to take the little things off and throws them in the trash can. She's not, I don't need y'all after all. But then the nervous ticks start. She starts picking at her nails. Look at brother, this side eye. I know, poor thing, huh? She's gonna have bloody nubbins. You're going to have to cut that out, sis, said brother, or you'll get to be a regular full-time nail biter. Brother telling her. They're coming back from school. There's the bus in the background. I'm afraid your brother's right, said Mama, who was organizing the wheelbarrow for some garden work. I don't mean to nag, but nail biting is a very difficult habit to break. Habit? Asked Sister, making fists so that her nubby, nibbled off nails wouldn't show. What's a habit? It takes 3 weeks to break a habit, but yeah, she's not gonna have the tips of her fingers left, huh? That's a good question, said Mama. Come along while I plant these tulip bulbs Grizzly Gran sent over, and we'll talk about it. A habit, Mama said as she pushed the wheelbarrow along the well-worn path, is something you do so often that you don't even have to think about it. Habits are a very important part of our lives, and most of them are good, like brushing your teeth and combing your fur when you get up in the morning, and looking both ways before you cross the road. But some habits aren't so good, like nail biting. Or like nail biting, asked Sister? You would like to have your nice nails grow back, wouldn't you? Was Mama's answer. Oh yes, said Sister, but I keep forgetting. Why is it so hard to remember? I love how they devoted this whole page to getting schooled on habits. Every time I have a bad habit, I'm going to come to this page and read it again. Well, said Mama, it's sort of like this path. I've wheeled this barrow over it so many times that it's worn a deep rut right down the middle, and it keeps getting deeper every time I use it. Why, it's so deep now that I can't get out of it without a little help. So there's Mama on the little trail there. A well-worn, yeah, very hard. Yeah, they're stressing for real. Doesn't she, Liz? Yes. Tap for the anxious queen, right? That's the way it is with a bad habit. The more you use it, the harder it is to get out of it. Here, this is where I want to plant the bulbs. What about my nail biting habit? Asked Sister as she helped Mama out of the deep rut. How am I going to get out of it? You just need a little help, that's all, said Mama. Let's plant Gran's tulips while I think about it. And later, I'll talk to your papa. He may have some ideas. I could read the riot act to her, suggested Papa. You know, nail biting is an outrageous, disgraceful habit, and if you don't stop it immediately... Dear me, no, Mama. Nail biting is a kind of nervous habit, and shouting and threatening will just make her more nervous. I suppose so, said Papa thoughtfully. Perhaps some sort of reward would help. A bit of money, let's say a dime, for every day she doesn't bite her nails. That's, yes. I love it, Fizzlebum, thank you so much. Yes, a whole dime. I love how they're brainstorming ideas how to break a habit. Yeah, Gigi. Remember at the beginning of the story, kindergarten or preschool was fun. Kindergarten was fun, but then she started in first grade is where she started her nervous habits, and some of the other bears started doing the same thing. We stress out our kids. We stress them out and we make them anxious, the school system. Before Mama could answer, Sister Bear, who had been nervously nibbling in the next room, popped in and said, "A dime, 10 whole cents every day just for not biting my nails?" "That's right," said Papa, "until the habit's broken." "I'll never nibble again," she said as she thought of all those lovely dimes she was going to get. Look at her. She's going to get all those ducats. Mm-hmm. My parents would throw things at me so I would bite my nails, right? Yeah, agreed. I remember seeing the show in the bad episode, and yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, our kids, gosh, I feel so bad for them. They don't know how to handle. I mean, some stress is good, but we just kind of overdo it sometimes. "Oh well," sighed Mama. "Life goes on. I must call Gran and thank her for the tulips." "Oh, you're very welcome, my dear," said Gran when Mama called. "And how is everything in your house?" "Is that so? You know, I was a nail biter when I was a cub, and my mama helped me to stop. What have you tried so far?" Well, I think you're on the right track with a dime, but instead of a dime, and instead of giving it to her at the end of the day." "What an interesting idea," said Mama as she listened to the wise old grizzly Gran. So Mom kind of came up with a plan, but she goes, "You know what? I think I'm going to call Mom. I'm going to call Mom and see what she has to say about it." So Grizzly Gran, she had some ideas. So they tried Gran's idea. Instead of a dime at the end of each day, they gave Sister 10 pennies, one for each nail, at the beginning of each day. 10 pennies to keep, unless she nibbled. And with those pennies in her pocket, jiggling when she got on the school bus, jingling when she jumped rope in the schoolyard, just waiting to be remembered when some nail decided it needed to nibble, the plan worked. Not perfectly, it's hard to break a habit, and Sister had to give back some of those pennies. But in 10 days, she had 93 pennies. Isn't her mom the cutest? She's doing her little checkers. Her and Grandpa probably were playing checkers earlier. So Grandma Gran decided to break those dimes into 10 pennies, have them in her pocket the whole day, so the jingling would remind her not to do it. And at the end of the day, if she would not nibble, she would get a dime. Oh, that's very creative. And even better, she had 10 fine fingernails. Great for picking things up, changing the channel, and scratching itches. And the next time she played jacks, she got all the way to tensies. "Phew," said Papa Bear. "I'm glad that's over." "Yes, indeed," agreed Mama, breathing a great sigh of relief. That's when Brother Bear looked at his fingernails and piped up, "You know, I think I might start biting my nails. I could use the money." Brother Bear, he just wanted to get that attention. So her nails grew back. She broke that habit. And then there's Brother Bear trying to scheme. He wants to do the same thing. "I certainly hope you're joking," roared Papa, "because if you're not..." I'm joking, interrupted Brother. And he was, sort of. Look at Papa Bear. Yeah, he just wants attention too. Yeah, he is an entrepreneur. Our next story is going to be the Mama's Day Surprise. The end. Stories to share with Mama Bear. This was a good one. We're getting some really good classic ones tonight. We're getting a lot of good classic reads tonight. We started out with Curious George, the beginning of Curious George, and then we went right into the Bear Sing Bears stories to share with Mama, the bad habit. Let's take a vote. Let's take a vote. One or two. I think I'm gonna go with the Bear Sing Bears because next time that'll help me if I need to break a bad habit. Gigi, 10 out of 10. Maria, very good. Gigi, 2. Yeah, they're both really good. Wild Faith, 2. Gigi, but number 2. Sassy Garbage Can, 2. Liz, 2. Must be because I was here for 2. Oh, okay. Prince Hairflip, 2. Alright, let's set the timer for 1 minute. Hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. Fizzlebum K, 2. Set the timer for 1 minute. Our goal tonight is 55.55. We're at 36K. Thank you guys so much for that 36K. I really appreciate it. There's really more to being anxious than swinging from trees. Wild Faith, right? So funny. Tia Awesome, 2. What was I gonna say? Oh, it slipped my mind. All right, we'll start on, let's look for the next read. I have a pile of books here that I need to get to that I haven't been, that I need to get through. I think this one, the title on this one really got me. Many Things at Once. Oh, Sassy Garbage Can, the weekend is over, really? Yeah, the Sunday scaries are real. Oh, you're sad that the weekend is over. For some reason, I thought you said you were glad it was. Time to rev back up. We love a good cobalt blue end page. Nice and bright. Many Things at Once. Sometimes my parents tell me stories of everything that came before. Sometimes my parents tell me stories of everything that came before. So there they are, there's the parents, and it looks like they're looking at pictures, graduation pictures, family pictures, dad and mom before the baby came, before the family. My mom tells me about her mother, my grandmother, who grew up in Brooklyn, New York. She lived in a tiny 2-bedroom apartment with her parents and brothers. She helped her mother take wedding dresses, sewing day and night. She helped her mother make wedding dresses, sewing day and night. When the dresses were finished, she hung them out all around the kitchen, shimmering in satin and lace. So there's her grandma. Grandma lived in Brooklyn, New York, in a two-bedroom apartment, and she made dresses, wedding dresses. Look at these illustrations. Aren't these really, these illustrations are very unique. Love the facial expressions, and the dresses hanging in the background. My papa tells me about his mother, my other grandmother, who lived to cook spicy sai bahi and bubbly dal on a coal stove in India. But when the fighting after the partition of India grew closer, she fled on a train with my father and his siblings across India's new border. My grandfather, a doctor, had to stay behind in what became a new country, Pakistan. Very interesting. We love a good cultural learning book. Oh, Prince Philip is in the yeah, right. Prince Philip, that's right. Our East Coast representatives. So Dad's Indian, and he's remember how Mom used to cook Indian food in India. Hey, Hannah, welcome in. And because of the war, they had to flee. Mama also tells me about her father, my other grandfather, who left Poland for New York in 1920 to escape the pogroms. He sold televisions and encyclopedias until, after many years, he could afford a little yellow house with a garden full of pink azaleas and orange tiger lilies. Aw, this is a cute book. Mama tells me about her father, my other grandfather, who left Poland for New York in 1920. Look at this old-fashioned book. He sold televisions and encyclopedias until after many years he could afford a little yellow house with a garden full of pink azaleas. When people used to be able to buy homes on a one income. Papa also tells me about his father, my grandfather, who had to sneak away from the hospital during a dark and dusty night to join the rest of his family over the border. He traveled for days all the way to Jodhpur, India. Eventually, they created a new home in Mumbai. Guys, check out this illustration. Yes, what a world. For those of you who are new to the live, this is why we read children's literature books. Because of very interesting things that, the illustration, yes, very amazing. We get this brief history of Pakistan, which formerly was India. Here's India. And then we find out about the history of the parents, why they ended up where they did. Isn't that cool? And the use of page. It's a good use of a page. Many years later, my father came to America and met my mother at a party on a warm summer evening in Poughkeepsie, New York. Not long after, they fell in love. Guys, look at the picture. This is such a cute story about how her parents met. It's called Many Things at Once. Isn't that really cute? That's definitely a summer night. You got the lights strung across a warm evening. Look at that gorgeous sunset. Goes with our camping theme. My parents tell me I'm lucky to be both Indian and American, to be both Jewish and Hindu, and to be part of many things at once. Yes, and very colorful. On the rooftop, you're right. It's a very sweet book. It's a good way. This is everybody's story. You know, everybody has a story where their grandparents and parents came from. Mama says, think of the relatives you have from all over, like India, Poland, and Russia. Papa says, think of all the foods you've tasted, like pakoras, dal, latkes, and matzo ball soup. Look at that family gathering. We love a good family gathering moment. We have some relatives that couldn't be there. We love a good china set in the back. The food, the gathering. Sometimes, though, when I don't know all the words to the Hebrew songs that the cousins on my mother's side sing at Passover, or when I don't know the Hindi that the cousins on my father's side have been taught, Hebrew Hindi. Hebrew, Hindi. Or when kids at school don't seem to understand, I feel like I'm not enough of my Hindi father and my from Mumbai, or enough of my Jewish mother from Brooklyn. So she gets a little confused. Many things at once. Everybody here seems to have relatives that are close by. Thank you so much for the gift. I really appreciate that. And there she is, a little confused, a little sad, in her little school. My friend Yuri's mother is from Japan and her father is from Ghana. My friend Samir is Muslim and Christian. Do they ever feel the way I do? One night before bed, I asked Mama and Papa if it's okay to feel all these things. Hey Siri, turn off. Yes, they say, it's okay to feel many things at once. So she's got these portraits of her friends. Yuri's mother is from Japan and her father is from Ghana. One is Muslim. My friend Samir, one is Muslim and one is Christian. Hey Sonica, welcome in. And they're having a family moment. It's okay to feel many things at once. I'm not so sure. In the morning, out my window, I see a beautiful golden butterfly with flecks of black, white, blue, and orange on its wings. It lands on an orange tiger lily and drinks the nectar. This gorgeous illustration. We are butterfly connoisseurs because we know the whole butterfly process. Our butterflies are thriving. They're still alive. They're up in our kitchen right now. We've got these little flowers here. My teacher told me no two butterflies are exactly alike. Look at that gorgeous bulletin board full of butterflies. Look at how pretty they look. Yes, we're almost there. I think of the roots attached to the flowers it drinks from, pushing through the earth, spreading far and wide. I think of all the journeys I'm connected to and grow from. Here she is. Oh, thank you, Rach. Yeah, we're in our camping era for the next month. Hey, Corey, welcome in. Isn't it fuzzy bubble? It's so cute. The butterfly stops drinking and stands for a moment on a petal, its colorful wings glistening in the sun, both uniquely itself and part of many things at once. That gorgeous butterfly. Look at this. Look at the colors here. These oranges and yellows. And these soft brushes of color along with the butterfly wing. That detail. Hey, Corey. Yes, we're in our... Hey, Feral Feminist. Got my honeycomb. Oh, fun. Yum. Aren't the illustrations on this one gorgeous? And look at her. She's taking pictures with her camera. Discovering many things can happen all at once. Two things can be true at once. Just like me, I whisper as I watch it fly away. We love a good butterfly-themed book. We love a good butterfly-themed book. The end. Many things at once. This is a good one. I didn't expect this one to be that good. That good. That was a really good one. All right, let's take a vote. We started with Curious George. We started the live with Curious George. And then Stories to Share with Mama Bear, The Bad Habit. And we just finished reading Many Things at Once. I think I'm going to go with 3. My vote shifted. I think I'm going to go with 3. My vote shifted. Prince Hairflip 3. Taya Awesome 3. Feral Feminist 3. Yeah, that was a good one. It's a really good one. Sassy Garbage Can 3. Wild Faith 2. Feral Feminist, we're drinking some of the leftover winter spice tea that we had. A little strong because I had to empty out the canister. I gotta order some more. Yeah, the crinkly sounds are always the best. Wild Faith 2, Fuzzy Bumble K 3. Let's set the timer for 1 minute. Hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. Our goal tonight is 55.5. 55.55 tonight. Ooh, red wine. Lola, that sounds really good. I love the crickets in the background, Emily. Feral Feminist, yeah. We have, for those of you who just joined, let me move the little cart out of the way. We have to be really careful with this cart because it's thin and it could tip over. So there's our little tent. Those of you who just joined, we added some of our summer themed ornaments that we've made. Yes. We have our little fire dragonflies, our butterflies, we have our bumblebees. We have our little lantern lights for our, the tent itself comes with these little lights up here. These little stringy lights, which are really cute. But I purchased these ones just because I was thinking of either getting, oh, thank you, Jen, I appreciate that. Yes, you're all feminists. The kitties, Christina, they're on the sofa right now. They fall asleep. They like to be on watch. And then we use the inside. We have the salt rock inside for the little glow. So it looks like a little campfire. Yes, Carrie Lindsay. And then we have our YouTube on. Yeah, Sassy Garbage Can. I have to find like a pillow or something from them. Because you know who would really love it? Pebbles. So we turn up the volume, we get the crickets. Isn't that fun, guys? Sassy Bum, okay. I'm gonna bring like a blanket or something and put it inside for them so they can sleep in it. All right. We are 5,000K away from our goal tonight. Remember that also any of your gifts that you give, either the little coins that you put in or the little, that all goes towards the monies of our live. We were able to purchase some things with the monies. All right, let's do, I have to get through these books here because I've already rented these or checked these ones out for a while already. Let's read Christina the Butterflies. They are up on the counter. They're doing really good. They're still thriving. We're still waiting. Thank you for the puffy heart. I really appreciate that. We're still waiting to see if we get any caterpillars. And I was looking into, Maria had told me about the silkwood. Gotta find some silkwood for them. Addie's Chair to Everywhere. We love a good inclusive book. Addie's Chair to Everywhere. Look at that gorgeous end page. Addie really knew how to change it up. Addie's Chair to Everywhere. There are rocking chairs and reading chairs, haircut chairs, and dentist chairs. chairs that wobble, chairs that swivel, squishy chairs with room to wriggle, chairs of many shapes and sizes, a special chair with big surprises. So we're getting a description of how many different types of chairs there are. Many different types of chairs. And a special chair with big surprises. We love a good page turn. Her chariot nears. Hail Abby, the queen. Or maybe she captains a submarine. Hail Abby, the queen. We love it. She hitched right onto those horses. Or maybe a captain of a submarine. Off to space with her astronaut bear. There's room for friends up in the air. She's like, well, maybe not. Sigh. I think she could do it. She's up there in the playground with her friends. Some kids are near, but will they stay? She thinks about the words to say. Faces peek around the slide. Addie whispers, let's play. Don't hide. So she goes out on the playground with her friends. She's got a little teddy bear. Good thing about kids is there's always kids that'll come and play with her on her chair. Just know that. They run away except for one. He holds his bear. Let's have some fun. Aw, another little boy who has the same teddy bear as her, but a different color, comes up to play with her. Addie smiles. Do you want to play? Come with me to the Milky Way. Here, wear these glasses. The sun is bright. Addie steadies her wheels. They strap in for flight. She's going to use her imagination to go to outer space. Whoosh. Look at this cool picture. Isn't that fun? That rocket going right into space. We love a good imagination book. Another friend joins as they're circling the sun. Do you see my horse? Want to see him run. Dang, they're taking everything to space. Taking all their animals, taking their teddy bears. Addie crowns a new ruler of the land. Together they ride, hand in hand. I love it. The girl with the little horsey. The kids rush in and line up their chairs, first one by one, then more in pairs. They have an idea that just can't wait, a magical play world they'll all create. So they're going to go inside the classroom. They're the little kids. There's our friend in the wheelchair. Up goes a tent with glittering stars. They build a fast track for racing cars. Guys, this is us in our life. Creating worlds. Creating worlds. Hold tight to the reins. Giddy up, go. Look out the window. What's swimming below? Lots of really cool illustrations on this one. The illustration's really good. They ride in chariots across the land, dive in a submarine down to the sand, zoom around racetracks and wish on a star. chariots, submarine underwater, a racetrack, space. Lots of imagination. Lots of imagination. Oh, we made our goal. Yes, thank you so much. 55.9K. Adventures await wherever friends are. That's a really cool picture. She's got all her little school friends there. And they're all doing imagination play together. The end. Addie's chair to everywhere. This was a good one. I really love the bright pictures and the illustrations on this. But if we're gonna vote, I don't think my vote shifted though. We started with Curious George. Yeah, it was a little short though, Prince Harry. That's a little short. Curious George, 1. 2, Stories to Share with Mama Bear. Many Things All at Once, 3. And then Addie's Chair to Everywhere. We Love a Good Moon, 4. Okay, let's take a vote. What is your vote? I'm going to go with 3. I'm going to stick with 3. I think 3 is really good. 3 was a really good one. Let's see. Prince Hair Flip, 3. Taya Awesome, 3 for me. Wild Faith, still 2, dealing with a lot of stress. Oh, okay. Yes, you're a nail biter. Reborn Cuteness, 3. Victoria, 3. Feral Feminist, 4. We just picked up my partner's wheelchair the other day. Oh, Feral Feminist. All right. So we had a good tie-in to that. That's good. I'm glad that made a connection. The background is so relaxing. Victoria, I love it, right? I wonder if the moon, I think the moon might have moved a little. Because I could have sworn it was a little bit more over here. All right. This Wednesday, I already have a vision for our first Project Wednesday, our summer theme. We're going to make pinwheels out of construction paper. I think pinwheels are a very summery thing. Something that you can take outside and just kind of run out in the warm evening and watch it spin. And we'll put our little pinwheels here. We'll attach them with color. That'd be fun. I think it's a very summery type of project to do. This will be really nice. Alrighty, friends. Thank you so much for the 57,000 likes. You guys did an amazing job tonight. Thank you for joining me and joining us tonight on our first camping era background for the next month and a half. If you are new to the live, please join the page. We go on live Sunday through Friday, 10 p.m. for Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll go back on again at 9 o'clock for our West Coast friends, which will be in like 45 minutes. Here are all my socials. Instagram, follow my children's literature book that I'm writing, my story. Substack, I have a new story up there. It's called The Protector, 1989. Substack, a short story. YouTube, all of these lives get uploaded onto YouTube. You can listen to them at night or at work as small background noise. And this is my handle for all of them, Ed Martin 50GX. Thank you guys for joining. Yes, there's a new one up, Prince Hair Flip. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about it. I'm really interested in what your opinion is. Even if you don't like it. If you thought it was weird, you can leave that comment as well. Thank you guys so much for the 58,000 likes. Always appreciated. And we will see you guys back in 40 minutes. Have a good night if you're not coming back. Otherwise, we'll see you in a bit.